Hello, 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 and welcome to Sethscapes. I'm Dave, and this is the end of a particular thing. The mob boss run has kind of run its course, and it was an issue that really I kind of should have foreseen. The problem being is that the way that the run is meant to work is that my companions have to do everything for me, other people have to do everything for me, and there is a thing called protected status, which a lot of vital NPCs have. And simply put, I would not be able to get past a certain point in the game, or complete a lot of the Creation Club content, which is a big part of this endeavor. And as a result, it is simply that we cannot proceed without me having to take direct involvement. Certain NPCs I would have to eliminate myself, and I cannot do that without failing the run. So essentially, I'm calling it here. I'm ending the run. This is something that I spent a long time looking into, because initially I had some issues with the update that came out, around the time of the last video, which was, oh crikey, so long ago. But now, as a result, I've decided I do need to call it a day and come up with something new. I realise that that's not what everybody wanted from this, but there is a silver lining. I mean, I was slowing down a lot. I was getting a bit fed up with a lot of the editing side of things. There's been a lot of stagnation with the Fallout 3 run that was doing up until this point. Simply put, I need to come into it fresh. One of the things that I've been looking at doing is, focusing a little bit more on the live streams that I used to, because they were really quite fun. And there was a bit of interaction between myself and other people, so that was quite good. Another thing is to start looking into a bit more of the Warhammer hobby side and some of the music side that I've been looking into. I don't quite know what form those are going to take at the moment, but it'd be nice to pop up some pictures of things that I've painted, because one of the focuses I think the Warhammer is going to be on is overcoming things, and overcoming perfection is one of those. I am really not a particularly good painter, and I never will be, because between my issues with my hands and my issues with my eyes, it's a bit of a problem. Like, in order to actually look really closely at something and actually see the detail, I have to take my glasses off and then eyeball it from a very close distance, which I can only sustain for a short time, and my eyes really, really hurt after I do that. So it's more about finding workarounds and things like that, showing off what I can do even with those issues, proving to people that they don't have to be all that fantastic, and proving to people that if you're playing the game, you're looking at them from more than a foot away. That's the only level you really need. It's better to have that than grey plastic, which is what things like contrast and speed paints and many of the other really cool inventions that have happened over the last decade have been about, is taking that hobby to the next level, even for people that might not necessarily be particularly innately skilled. And some people have barriers to learning as well. Some people can pick up a brush and within like the space of sort of 6 weeks, they're at the level that other people take 20 years to get to. So that's a side that I want to explore. It's just a matter of finding the format for it. As I've always mentioned, every single time, this is not something that is ever going to turn into paywalled content. I refuse to put adverts up. I just want people to enjoy shit. I just want people to chill out. So if I can come up with a way that's going to help with that, so be it. So the other thing is, as I mentioned, the music side of things. Again, don't quite know what that's going to be, but I've got some cool stuff now. Got some neat equipment, got the pedals that I want for the most part. I think we're all sort of in fairly good shape, so I might have a look and see if I can come up with anything that that is kind of fun. Maybe even if it's just as simple as coming up with a little jingle for the channel, and sort of just going over the process I took to get there. That could be quite fun. But overall, on the gaming side of things, I think really I'm going to have to look more at, as I say, a bit of the live streaming, and if I'm going to do videos, what videos I'm willing to do. Quite frankly, having, I'm no longer working nights. I'm now available during the day, and there is going to be a few changes that can come with that. For one thing, it's more likely for me to actually do content for a start. I can actually make videos because I'm awake at a reasonable hour. Small downside is my new job is a lot busier than it was before, and I may have to take some of it home with me, and that can impact things. Like for one thing, I wouldn't be able to live stream on nights where I'm on standby, for example, because I may end up getting called into work, and that's going to be a bit of a problem. So it's a case of what the balance is, and so I figure stuff that doesn't involve too much editing, as I mentioned, I hate it. It's terrible. I'm hopefully going to see if I can get somebody else to do it for me. I just need a system set up to actually get the videos to them to edit, and getting an understanding of what the videos are going to look like. And finally, I suppose a bit more on the side of what we can actually do. What's going to make the videos fun. They might have a bit more of an understanding as to what works with these if they're experienced. So in any case, it could be quite fun, so I'm happy to explore that. But as for the other side of things, well, we'll see how it goes. Let's see what happens with the live streams, and then let's see what videos I can come up with. I will announce that one of the ideas that I did have involved actually going through Fallout 4 and exploring the Creation Club content, because I don't see too many channels doing that, and some of those missions are actually kind of fun. But I'm going to take a lot of the restrictions off. Obviously, I'm going to start doing stuff myself, and I'm going to test the weapons out that I get, see what happens. I mean, I wonder if it's a feasible thing to see, can I do it using primarily, but not exclusively, Creation Club content. No matter the difficulty, I can just sort of boost the stuff that I get through that, and just see how fun that makes the game. So with that said, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take things back to basics, and we're going to start doing some Creation Club stuff and see what happens from there. Because I think that's really fun. I think there's a lot of potential in that. But for now, well, I think my last live stream was it was either a Half-Life Opposing Force one or a Borderlands one. I can't remember which. I know I did those two, so I might continue from where we left off with that. And I've got another one, a long play series with a friend of mine where we are going to do Borderlands together. We are going to work on setting that up. So fear not, there will be something coming soon. The channel is not dead. And in fact, I think it's about 3 years old at this point in terms of when it became Sethscapes, where at least it's at least it's the 3-year anniversary of when the Facebook page went up. So I'm sure it's about that. With that said, I just want to say thank everybody, thank you to everyone who is listening. Thank you to everyone that has been, involved in the channel from the beginning. And, just a massive appreciation for all of you guys for everything that's gone on. But yeah, I don't suppose this will end in the usual fashion. So I'll just say, again, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.